I want to see, because the majority of the Darkseers that we've been seeing have been like super duper sacked. It does make me like the idea of a Juggernaut more now for Boom. But the big question that I have is like, if you do now take the Shaker, maybe you're going to get more punished, and Darkseer will have a freer game because of it.
Team pick.
So, oh god, this is such a terrible matchup for Darkseer.
Yeah.
Oh, oh
The
god.
Oracle was first phase banned, so they couldn't do that, but Enchantress is an adequate dispel in her own right as well.
Yeah, I've had this matchup a couple of times. Back when I was spamming Darkseer over and over and over and over again. This was one of the heroes that I was like, should I start banning out Enchantress instead of Oracle? I was like, no, Oracle's still the hero. But my god, take over the creep that, he enchants. One of the ways that you can play around it as Darkseer is just to try and like do the back cutting wave thing again, and then you throw ion shells on their creeps. But then it's the problem where Enchantress just enchants you every time you try and surge away, and you just die.
Yeah, it's these the cheap offensive dispels are just the bane of Darkseer's existence. So I don't blame them for not banning out Enchantress. We've seen these second phase Darkseers very, very frequently, and people aren't even picking Oracle against it, so they just don't really care very much. But it seems like T1 are leaving no stone unturned when they want to enable this Morphling as quickly as possible. So again, it's all about Miracle Dota, and who really cares if the rest of your draft suffers as long as this Morphling gets ginormous.
And that does also mean that there isn't going to be an Earthshaker, but it's not the end of the world, I don't think.
Yeah.
We've still got some decent targets to turn into, as the TA was picked. So stacks galore, whether it's taking stacks with Ion Shell for Darkseer or whether it's just sideblading it up. We'll see what ends up happening.
Good Huskar ban. That would have been troublesome.
Filthy.
Let's see. What is up in your dream sleeve to mid lane against a Templar Assassin?
No more Ember.
Remember.
Dude, he could just Viper him.
10 seconds.
You keep proposing that, and I wish it was a more real possibility because I kind of miss seeing the hero, but he's just super dead.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Kunkka would not be bad.
Okay.
There's the Juggernaut. Synergizes with the Frost Shield and the Ion Shell, and very good against the Clockwork, as we mentioned. So probably not Kunkka now.
You could Quap, hypothetically. Although that's dangerous against Nyx.
Yeah. You could Storm. I would be okay with a... Well, Storm's also kind of hard against Nyx. Dude, why hasn't Nyx picked more? Nyx seems so good. Nyx is also godlike against the Ember. Remember that game that we saw?
Yep.
I don't get it. How is Nyx like not super picked? He's so good right now.
I think that it's going to start to change. Teams are going to realize it. But yeah, it's kind of a quandary. I guess probably just the laning stage is the biggest issue. Probably.
This Jug pick is really good. It prevents like so many of these mid laners. He could mid. No, man, this is tough. I don't know actually what you go for as T1.
I think that probably. I mean, you could also. So the one of the worries that I have is that Boom's lineup comes online really early. So you could do something to match that tempo. You could go like the Quap play, or you could try and go for something that's like a little bit more defensive to save against the Nyx and like take an OD maybe, which would be a little bit weird.
I don't know if that would be good enough. Well, Nyx Assassin Mana Burn will also hurt you like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Gyro, Death Prophet.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I'm really okay with this. For some reason, I didn't see Death Prophet on his top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't see it on his top 15 heroes. So that's just how long it's been that Death Prophet hasn't been meta. But yeah, Death Prophet's actually an excellent pick. Strong at taking creep waves off towers. It can push. Silence is going to be incredibly valuable against the Juggernaut. And while it does suffer against the Nyx Assassin with the ground targeted Crypt Swarm, it's not nearly as devastating as it is for most mid lane nukes. and she does quite well against Templar Assassin. So I think that that's not even like a compromise pick. I think In Your Dream's going to be doing pretty well in this Death Prophet.
Yeah, it feels like it also has that like stand in front of towers and kind of be able to be somewhat okay. Obviously, if there's like a super hard initiation, that can go south really quickly, but we'll keep our eyes on it. If Death Prophet is the answer that T1 need to finish off this series 2-0 against Boom Esports, or if they can mount a comeback and pull this one out off of some early pushing and hopefully not any early feeding from FBZ, because I'm still concerned about this Darkseer in this lane, how this is going to look.
And the other thing is that I think Darkseer really needs to urgently complete a Spirit Vessel, because against an Enchantress and a Death Prophet and a Morphling, you are going to need some sort of heal reduction. And if his lane is as garbage as it's looked like it's going to be, then I think that Miracle is going to have very, very little to be worried about. The only thing is that he can't stay at super critical levels of strength, because there's a Nyx Assassin who can hunt him, which again, Nyx Assassin's so good. Nyx Assassin's so good. Like, I keep looking at all these heroes that are really popular right now, and I'm like, Nyx Assassin is like either Carapace or Mana Burn are like so good against them, and I like I'm not even factoring in like the break of Vendetta and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm with you. I think he's going to be trending on the up and up, because this is a high Nyx Assassin. Also, this is a 5-position Nyx, right?
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I think that the counterpoint is like, all right, ban out those heroes then, because they're all really good. You know what I mean? Like, that's the other way that you could look at it, and that like Nyx only good because he's playing against those other heroes, and then so like you take like a normal random like a Jug or something, right? And then it's like, what does Nyx do against a Jug really? It's not the greatest, but I totally agree. Yeah, Paulison, does he take enchant level 1? He is. It looks like he's still going to go down anyway, though. Fairy Fire. Ooh, run away. Use the Fairy Fire and still manages to go down. Wow.
Yeah, I don't. If he took Nature Attendance at 1, then Darkseer would have been the happiest boy in all of the land.
Absolute happiest. It is a little bit weird though, because the one thing about this is it looks like they're gonna try and like go for a full-on pressure lane.
Double shell on the first wave.
I wonder if Kezcute's gonna stick around or not. Oh, quick pause.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
Well, because he's up here right now, right? So, like, do they leave Dreamo still alone?
I think what's going to happen is FBZ and Hyde are going to kill the first wave, and then Kezcute's probably going to blow a handful of mana on this level 1 Morphling, and then after that happens, he'll go down bot and help out Dreamcell.
Okay.
Because I don't really see his Frostblast harass being very useful against a Clockwork and a Rubik. So you're better off blowing your initial mana pool on a Morphling who is far more vulnerable.
Looks like Enchantress is going to be running here with the wave, trying to take off one of these Ion Shells. So that's going to be kind of annoying for Boom. So they're probably going to have to impale the wave, and then 24 damage per second. That's not enough to kill off the wave. They're going to have to be like god tier body blocks.
Yeah. And they're going to be taking damage from the Enchantress the whole time, which isn't that big of a deal. She doesn't have impetus yet, but yeah.
So still waiting, see what it is that Miracle needs to get done. As down here bottom, Frev just starting off with the straight up old bracer and some tangos. He's a thick guy.
Yeah, that's why the Lich doesn't know this yet, but once the Lich sees this, he's like, well, great, I can't do anything to Clockwork now.
Yeah. Alright, so let's watch this. They drop down the Observer Ward as well. And Paulison spotting out some heroes. They're going to enchant.
He took off that one. Oh, because it's on. Could he not see it on the Nyx Assassin?
He might not have been able to, yeah.
Because I actually couldn't see it on the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't tell that he has Ion Shell.
I mean, regardless though, it's like you still get to keep these creep waves here, and now that it's denied and you're sharing experience between 3 of them, it is a stun forward. Miracle has a Fairy Fire, but he's taking a lot of damage. Yeah, this is big if they get this kill. And this is the lane that's supposed to be going really well right now for T1. I mean, I guess it's 3 heroes up here, so maybe they're just going to full-on tri-lane it the whole time.
I don't think Darkseer can afford to fall behind that much. Because, like, as it is, he's already going to have a very, very rough game dealing with this Enchantress who's just going to follow him around 24/7. And so then if they also, like, suck away his levels, then I feel like FBC is going to be super useless. But Lich is still... Okay, no, he's TPing now.
Okay. So yeah, off to a hot start. At least for this Darkseer up here. It looks like they're going to leave him alone now. Paulison moving over to try and contest, but Hyde's already there to break it up with the Impale. So that makes sure that they can't come over and contest this.
Oh no, Enchantress, your courier!
That's not good. That's really not good. This is a huge win right here for Darkseer. Dude, that little bit of help makes all the difference in the world.
Now is he going to take off the freshest one? Doesn't matter. There's another one right after.
Yeah. Well, he can only take it off of FBZ right now.
Right. You're right.
Stun again. Impale there onto a couple of these creeps. Going to go for the salve and forcing him back. Again, this continued pressure into here. FBZ halfway to level 3 as they don't have any more stuns. And yeah, this is the annoying part. Going to have to Ion Shell him again, looking for some more denies. Doing this solo sucks, but having the help from Hyde is nice. But now that he's out of stuns, it's becoming a lot more difficult. And FBZ might just go down if he's not careful. Throws another Ion Shell onto Hyde. Gets another salve off. They have another round of enchant if they want to use it. But
the amazing thing about Enchantress is, like, no other carry, no other support can get away with this at level 1. Right. No other support can contest for this long with no experience whatsoever. In fact, he's getting the majority of his experience just soaking it up from these denies.
Right. Well, no, from the creep wave over here.
Sorry, yeah, from the first wave. Right, my bad.
No problem. I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, the Forev down here against Dreamocell, level 3 apiece. And the other thing about this is that Miracle hasn't really been contested at all. So that part is nice as well for T1.
Yeah, he pulled his the first couple of waves into the hard camp, and so he didn't have to tank that much aggro and didn't have to burn through that much regen. But now Nyx Assassin has placed his own sentry inside the camp and took away the other sentry, as actually Rubik is going to kill off the Lich with the battery assault and cogs.
So that was a nice little pickup for him there. Kezcute going down. And they will be able to go for the D ward now, so still another minute or a bit until they're going to have a next push in. But yeah, FBZ level 3, that makes his Ion Shell way stronger than it used to be. And Paulison, in the meantime, hits level 2, still hanging off, waiting to see if he wants to go Impetus. Or maybe Nature's Attendance instead.
This Jug, thankfully, is getting nearly the same level of freeform as the Morphling is. And still nearly the same level as well. So
he just tanked like 4 or 5 shots of the tower.
Bot lane, Forev. He's tanking a Frost Shield.
Dreamocell there. They kill off Forev. T1. They're able to get a kill up top, but then lose their offlane clockwork afterwards as Paulison gets the slowdown yet again. Surge back up in 2 seconds, but he's going to decide to TP away instead. So FBZ heads back home and Morphling back to a free lane again. We haven't talked about mid at all yet. So far, Makoto and In Your Dream very, very close against each other. It looks like they're pretty even on experience as well.
Paulison... He's getting Ion Shelled. Dude, I cannot see... I can't see that Ion Shell. I'm pretty sure Paulson did not realize that there was an Ion Shell on Nyx again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, shout out to the fact that this bounty rune never got taken, and now it's about to time out.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. A little bit of a miss up there. That happens. Cogs push back again on Dreamocell. And you can see at the 5-minute mark now... Trading off those bounty runes. Looks like it was, what, 2 apiece? Yeah.
No, 3 the way it went the way of Dire.
Yeah. Okay.
And then technically, also, Boom didn't even... Actually, not technically. They literally did not get both of their initial bounty runes.
Yeah.
So... Now... In Your Dream... Hyde does not have any points in Carapace. He's only level 2. He's trying to soak up level 3 in this mid lane. And he spots out Yokum.
So where are we going to go next with this mid lane matchup, really? I mean, it feels like Makoto just wants to try and farm up the jungle while In Your Dream might try and go for a push here. He does have Exorcism available if he wants to use it. It's probably just going to Crypt Swarm down this wave. And maybe can go for a move as the 6-minute rune is going to spawn a taste. Taken by Yokum. As Hyde as well as Kezcute in his sights. But just backs away from there again with the haste rune going. And is In Your Dream going to pop Exorcism?
Yeah, there's not a big enough creep wave. He would have really... If he can protect the siege creep, is he going to glyph? Or is he just going to tank it?
Oh,
Radiant glyph. Oh, wow. I can't believe that random melee creep is in aggro range. Okay, they preserve the siege creep.
They do have Spike Carapace on Hyde. Meanwhile, the stun comes out. Hyde trying to dive in on this one. Spike Carapace going to connect the Impale afterwards.
Whoa,
Paulison,
where's Paulison? Enter Paulison.
And he's got the kill there. So with the creep coming in from the Enchantress, this can tank it up, and they're going to be able to get some extra damage onto the tower as Kezcute also sort of getting dove under here, and they're just going to lose the tier 1 tower at 6 minutes.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
What a fantastic first exorcism usage. Great just manipulation of tower aggro, and that Enchantress coming in was by far the game changer. Paulson coming in with the creep and being able to kill off the Nyx Assassin, making sure that Death Prophet doesn't have to be stressed out about Crypt Swarming anymore. Great movement from T1.
Yeah. And in the meantime, Miracle is also able to get some extra damage onto the tier 1 tower top lane by keeping that other catapult alive and just switching over to strength form. Main
person is Morbid Mass now also. He doesn't need any support against this Dark Zero lane.
You can see that Paulson can keep on sort of just bullying them back. I mean, all the other lanes were sort of trading evenly. The big question mark was going to be how well were they able to do up top, it felt like. And, you know, Dreamless Cell's really going to need to carry super hard in this one. Like, Mask of Madness, making moves around the map, he's really got to make it happen. Otherwise, this could be a tough one.
It's not easy. Like, so he's going to get the Mask of Madness, but now I fear that the Death Prophet, whenever she gets her silence online, it's going to be a massive issue for this Juggernaut. As he's getting the Blade Fury, will the right click of Mikoto will finish him off.
Yeah, nice finish there. In Your Dream picks up the DD, which ends up spawning towards the top lane. But even as that kill is happening, it's still a 3,000 gold lead for T1. Miracle is level 8 right now on this Morph lane, left completely uninhibited, as Hyde is just going to try and eat up these creep waves again.
Dude, I'm actually like kind of tilted that this Ion Shell thing. Like, this is pretty bullshit that you can't see it. Like, it just timed out. Could you tell that it timed out? I couldn't.
Yeah, it's a little annoying, definitely. But you know, here's a little bit of justice in the world, as Forev is just gonna actually use the hook shot on him. Okay.
Okay. That's a lot of anger. Bot lane.
Dream of Cell.
Dream of Cell hunting.
Ready to go into Yokum at a moment's notice, but with that creep wave there, doesn't want to use Omni Slash. Could have still spun for it, but Yokum maybe gets out afterwards with like a lift afterwards. 9 minutes though, and 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and Miracle is not getting slowed down at all. No one has come to his lane yet. It's just been the Darkseer and the Nyx Assassin, and he's full treads, Morbid Mask, 4 points in attribute shift, so you can't even... Not that anyone is capable of bursting him. I think you legit need an Omni Slash Chain Frost to kill Miracle before he can shift properly. And now, Crypt Swarm, double damage rune. This top tier 1 tower is going to go down very, very quickly after killing off that Darkseer.
Morphlene's rotating mid to try and stop the pressure coming from Makoto, and does that super easily.
Dude, where is this T1 been?
Dude, they're just going. Look at this. Like, Makoto is actually just in so much trouble. They are going to blow him up. Makoto is dead. And now up top lane, again, if In Your Dream wants to, he could just pop Exorcism and go.
It's going to be a 2-for-2 bounty split. Surprisingly, Radiant are all parked down bot, but yeah, In Your Dream, I don't even think he needs to pop Exorcism. This DD rune may be enough for him to take it. There's just a Darkseer to stop him.
Jesus. And Hyde goes down on the bottom side. They take down that tower. Crypt Swarm afterwards. Forev spots out Kezcute.
He has hook shot.
I mean,
he doesn't have battery assault or cogs.
Yeah, he's gonna have it back up again in a second. Top lane, FBZ. Oh my god, he just came back, dude. This is every Darkseer game for me nowadays. They completely murdered this hero. It's so annoying to play against.
What are you talking about? You got the Ion Shell Radius talent buff. That's so good.
It's so bad. Jesus. Poor Darkseer.
Poor Darkseer. Let me tell you how many picks he currently has in this tournament before you start saying poor Darkseer. He has... Oh, okay, never mind. I'm not going to
What is it? Tell me what it is. Come on, I know.
I'm not encouraging your narrative.
As the hook shot comes in, and they find Kezcute yet again.
33% win rate.
Yeah,
with
that's
6
about
games,
what I thought.
It's gonna go even lower after this game ends.
Dude, this is rough. All right, Ocean Heart for the Morphling Man. That's on theme.
Ocean Man.
That's right.
Yeah. This game is not quite as over as the other game, but it's pretty over. I don't think it's 18 minutes GG. Well, actually,
they're diving in. I mean, they got Mr. FBZ yet again. Darkseer pushback, managing to live. Finally living.
That chain frost.
And Mask of Madness after the spin to try and get the extra movement speed in. Forev
the jukes.
gives him the little okey doke. Cogs push back. No, he's going down still.
Surge.
But they did manage to get the Blade Fury stolen on the Rubik at the very least. So they hold on to the mid-tier 2 tower.
Yeah, and it's a wasted exorcism from Death Prophet as well. It's just... Unlike the Spectre, the Morphling is more than willing to participate in early fights.
Hind is dead. Yeah, they try and just do whatever they can, but like... It feels so difficult to play this game right now. If you're Radiant. Like, Boom, it feels like they haven't come online at all.
Nope. And Mikoto even went for first sight and Blink Dagger, so he's trying to make space for his jug, but...
Clockwork has dust.
Likely.
Does he spot him?
Nice
Thinking
kick.
about it.
YOLO.
Oh my God!
What a player!
No vision.
What a goddamn player.
No vision, and he gets him. Meanwhile, the Cogs push back. They get some extra vision.
Wait,
Pull
Fury?
Makoto in as the roll down is coming. This dude is pretty low. Is he gonna drop? It looks like he will. Crypt Swarm from In Your Dream. A little bit of love for his Indonesian brethren as they manage to take him down. Oh, man.
What a sick hook shot. That man was... It's that meme where you like see the lady thinking about the math equations or whatever.
Exactly.
He was like, alright, so he probably didn't blink to the east. He probably is a hook shot. Bam!
Yeah. You just gotta
And
feel
it's a
it.
tiny hitbox. You just gotta feel it, yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, Kezcute's about ready to freaking
Snipe couriers.
chain frost a creep wave. Like, I don't know what you do at this point. Is he just TPing out? Yeah. He's
What a strange ward. These are very strange wards. I think that the Jug is just going to start farming, or the TA, one of them is just going to start farming the enemy jungle. Because those wards are useless. You have no vision.
Oh.
Well, some cogs?
Oh, Forev, almost. Now, here's a question. Do you think anybody is going to be under vision of this ward for the rest of the game for either team?
Ooh,
because I feel like it might not be. There's a chance.
I will say yes.
Okay.
I'll say yes for both. Both this one in the northern jungle and this one in the eastern jungle. I'm going to say yes.
That there's not going to be anybody else under either.
Oh, no. That they are going to be under vision.
Okay, got it.
It'll only be dire heroes, no radiant heroes. That's my call.
Okay. Well,
Lich doesn't count. No.
Stay away.
This is the boundary.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my eye on it.
All right, sounds good. Stay away. Oh.
No. They stay up.
Yeah, it's right there.
Cool.
Game over. Game over.
God,
we both lose.
All right, fine. So they put a ward, and they're going to be able to actually successfully take a tier 2 tower uncontested. I have no idea why T1 are giving this up. Okay, they're not.
Yeah, they're coming to fight this, but now they have a ward. Run away, Boom. They're out of there. So they will make a very nice heads-up play as they retreat back and able to force all of T1 back to their side of the jungle.
Yeah, good rotation. I guess that ward paid heavy dividends, and they successfully draw T1 off their own tier 2 tower and free up space in their own jungle. Although Miracle is consuming most of that space, so it's not like any Radiant heroes can take advantage of it. Oh no, Kezcute.
God, it just happens so quickly. Like, it's so hard to fight into this Morphling once he's gotten this free start like this. particularly for supports, obviously. And he's gonna have a Manta style in just a second on Miracle.
How strange. Why the Manta? That's very, very strange, because Ghost Scepter would have protected you from E-Blade, Ghost Scepter would have protected you from Omni Slash. Oh, they didn't quite properly chain that outpost channel. So yeah, the E-Blade would have been good against Omni Slash and Templar Assassin. The Manta style theoretically gives you more bounce targets on your Chain Frost.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything worth dispelling. There's like, other than TA Trap Slow, that's like it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I guess that it's like if you just went straight E-Blade, you might be using that aggressively. Here you can like pop Manta and maybe like do some outplay things where you try and send it out or something. It's definitely a little bit different.
On melee heroes, I would agree with you, but on ranged heroes, the cooldown is like brutal.
Oh,
nice
God.
hook.
Yeah, they got him caught. Makoto in a lot of trouble. Does not have any answer for that one. And well, yeah, that's a hard game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my initial thought was like, okay, it's just to try and stay alive as Paulison just dies. So quick and easy, jump in there, kill him with the Omni Slash.
That was an Omni Slash?
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't think they want to fight anytime soon anyway, so might as well get the picks while you still can. I'm still intrigued by this Manta style. I'm looking forward to seeing why.
yeah, true enough. It's gonna be an interesting one. I mean, still looking at this as a 5,000 gold lead, feeling very much like T1 are in control of this game, and Boom are kind of gonna be playing on the back foot for a while. But they have been able to stabilize a little bit, and like the longer amount of time that you like get as
shots
FBZ,
up.
Evil
They
Scepter.
don't even need it.
Yeah, they got him caught. I mean, that's the problem, really, is that you really do not have a Dark Seer this game. Like, with Eul Scepter, with the Enchantress Purge, like...
With Cogs.
Yeah, it's so hard to play this game for him. But the flip side of that is that you are playing a Dark Seer against a Morphling, so if you manage to get a wall illusion, that's really good. Hide.
Nope.
Breaks the invis, or rather the smoke up. Trying to find
Maybe that's why. E-Blade would have been more agi for Morphling, and his wall illusion would have been even stronger. Oh, they see us.
Oh, hide, silence. Chase down, couple right clicks, and he's dead. Yokum also stole Surge, level 4 Surge.
And now Forever zooming into Dreamacell. He has a Blade Mail also, but not going to hook onto Juggernaut solo. Instead, they're going to take Roche.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and Dreamacell's going to back out. So yeah, they go in and take this one out. Looks like the pings are coming. They have a feeling.
FBZ, whoa!
Dude, oh, Purge, and then the silence afterwards. They're just running in on him.
The troll net creep.
He buys back.
Buyback?
I mean,
they're tilted. I think they're tilted.
They feel like they have to defend Roche. They know that if they lose Roche, they're going to lose the game like instantly afterwards. They take down the courier. How much longer do they have on this exorcism?
The thing is, they can't stop them from taking Roche. They can just like stall it, but TA is never gonna. I don't think T1 are going to relinquish control. Forever's just gonna constantly be flaring this thing, and it's not low enough for them to be able to sneak it. Okay, well, he didn't flare at that time, but it's still not low enough for them to...
Hook shot in,
what a
landed
hook!
Onto absolutely everybody.
Cogs.
The silence afterwards onto all of them. Can they kill them off in time? And a good impale stolen over by the freaking Morphling. Omni Slash out, it's only on illusions. Oh, that feels bad. And one last hit coming in onto Makoto, kills him off. With 2 dead for only the Clockwork, they have another catch here onto the Jug. Manages to get the spin off. And that might be enough to take him down, although Miracle shows up, looking for the Impale. You gotta hit that one, and he is going to be able to... Adaptive Strike not coming out. Doesn't have enough. But now DD spawns up top side, Hide. Wisely gonna take that one away.
Oh my god, I can't believe... Is he gonna get out?
I think he is. Yeah, man.
Wow.
He's scooting. Moving and grooving.
Is he gonna kill a courier too? Oh, what a player. That's actually like a reasonably big play. If they were able to get that DD rune, then Miracle would have just gone and finished off Roche immediately. Yeah, but I mean, I see the intention. Yes, if they lose the Aegis, the game is very, very hard. But there's like no world in which they win a Roche fight. Even though Exorcism's down, they're still 7k net worth down.
They're going in. I mean, if they can manage to get this in time.
Exorcism's up now.
Oh,
Death Prophet's like right outside the pit.
Forev is right there. Oh god, you guys gotta be careful. Run away, run away. Oh, Surge, double Surge. He's got the cogs ready in just a couple of seconds. Can he keep him out of there? Chain Frost bouncing back and forth. The Blade Mill is out as well. Dreamless trying to get it. He manages to find the hook shot away. FBZ, one or two more shots.
Oh,
he
the high ground miss
on that impetus shot, and that keeps alive FBZ. That would have been a dieback.
Holy shit.
And now in your dream, half duration left on this Exorcism. They want to finish this off. Wraparound coming from Hyde. He doesn't have his Force Staff yet, so he can't really make that move into the pit. As
no one can tank this. Death Prophet's too low. She needs her Exorcism to time out.
Miracle hits onto it. They take down the TA trap. It's waveform in. Get the Aegis. And with that, should be able to make some more magic happen here. Forev surged into the fight. Oh god, and now Kezcute is likely going to go down. Dead for 30 seconds. They won't even have the Frost Armor for the high ground defense, which seems like it could be coming if T1 wanted to go for it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I like the effort, and if the Darkseer was a little bit larger, then they may have been able to do a pretty solid Roche contention.
Right.
But FBC is just so far behind that he is not like the aura beast that he needs to be. Like, he doesn't have the creeps. He has no auras.
Yeah.
He's just standing around providing surges. The mech is just like a charity buff, but it's not really anything significant like a Greaves would be.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's very, very far gone. I don't know how you come back into the game as a Darkseer.
No, it's really tough. I mean, this is the way you do it, right? Like, you're just farming away to the best of your abilities. And he is he has enough now for the Greaves. So he can get that and he comes back up. As far as buybacks go right now, you don't have any on the Dire, only 2 on the Radiant. So the Jug and the Nyx have buybacks available. Maybe they can hold this, but this is feeling really tough now. You've got Miracle with the full E-Blade done. Jeez, this is a hard game, and like nobody's home. Nobody's here. Frost Shield, jump in.
It's more fling.
Hello, Kezcute's gone again.
Amazon primed a shotgun for you.
Yeah, Boom needing answers right now. They've got a vacuum wall available, but Yokum stole that wall last time and might be able to do it yet again.
Yeah, props to Yokum, actually. He's been playing an excellent Rubik.
Oh my god, dude, I tried to go for the stun and Miracle just bodied him. What a freaking
dude, as soon as he was like, okay, you can't get Carapace off, now's my chance.
Dude, what an assassin. The immediate buyback and then the cool just walk away. Jeez.
With my thanks.
So 11,000 gold lead, 7-21, and boom, no answers right now for this T1 aggression that you're seeing. There was a smoke up on the high ground, but I mean, I guess if they could find, if they find Paulus in here, I don't even think that's worth it, and he might not even die. He's got a Ghost Scepter and Nature's Attendants and stuff. Moving in.
They get the stun. Oh, that Vendetta takes so long. Nice.
Ghost Scepter, walk away. Nature's Attendants does end up going down, but now maybe an overextension. Hook shot, push in, caught, killed.
He's dead for a minute.
Who else they got? They don't have hook shot now. Dream Cell. Waiting. And they find Paulus, or rather Kezcute yet again. So they will be able to take down this Lich. So Kezcute dies, and they just got to wait for the creep wave.
Still have another minute and a half left on the Aegis, but Miracle actually opts to TP up top. I guess they didn't kill any cores, and Bounty Rune. Miracle actually did not morph into the Darkseer, but it's all good.
Yeah, he's not really afraid of much, it doesn't look like right now, even though he had already popped his Manta style. And we'll see if they decide on T1 to push out this bottom wave further, because they can't just go in for the tier 2 tower, it looks like, pretty easily.
Yeah, this Aegis seems pretty free. For the next minute, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
much as how they've been doing so for this entire game.
True enough. Yeah, these last, I mean, particularly the last like 10 minutes have looked really, really good for T1. As they will lose that. Oh my god, not again. Kez cute. Dude, just stop the bullying. Come on now. Jeez. There was a DD rune that spawned up here on the top side. Nobody sees that one right now, as Miracle is just going to kill out these creep waves. That makes sure that the wave keeps pushing in. And if Boom want to make any defense of down bottom, they need to also be able to clear out the creeps that are near the tier 4 towers. Aghanim Scepter done on Death Prophet, so now has that available if they want to make it work. Telescope going to be found. They need a vacuum into Nick's stun. They need it real bad. They need everything and a bit more.
Aegis expires in 10 seconds.
Miracle. Gotta play it safe. Don't want to get pulled out of position here, but BKB is now done on this Morphlane as well.
Whoa. Mikoto took down an entire set of racks this entire time. Holy crap.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Kudos to Mikoto. He made it happen.
Kudos to Mikoto. Mikudos.
Jesus. Oh, no.
They end up spotting the DD rune. Death Prophet drops her bottle, and Miracle will keep that warm. Although someone needs to push out the top wave. And someone needs to babysit it because TA has also left a bunch of gifts along the way. Which, oh, is this TA getting a... No, she's not. This is not an Aghanim Scepter game.
That would have been the true hype. I mean, with this creep wave coming in mid, though, it looks like they're just
they're just going to go mid to top. DD rune activated.
Glyph used, but that's not killing off these creeps that are over here in the mid lane. Miracle, DD, going to be going through, jumps in. DD isn't enough, not quite to kill off FBZ, but can turn this back over now onto the tier 3 tower. BKB, BKB was used?
Oh god, Morphling walked. Oh, they enchanted it. Oh, nice. Morphling intentionally walked into the wall, and then Enchantress stole it back.
What a baller. Oh my god, dude. Enchantress just completely destroys Darkseer. It's so annoying to play against. And look, he's just staying there. It's like, yeah, this is fine. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Mikoto has to babysit this tier 3 tower just because of this Morphling illusion.
And they're like smoking out to go around the other side. They need to find a big opening, but they aren't going to have wall for the next fight. Forev is the one that they're running into here. Who do they spot? Radiant scan. Up on the high ground, they run to Yokum. Okay, this is an okay way to make it happen. Omni Slash already used, but what does Boom have left in the tank now? Forev gone on. Hook shots over to the creep wave. The follow through is coming. As In Your Dream still sitting pretty. The jump in comes from Miracle. Is it enough damage? Not quite to take down that Darkseer. Creeps are hitting the tier 4 towers. They're ready to go if they need to. Blink away from In Your Dream, or maybe just go over for the right clicks. Makoto is going to be able to get the blink out afterwards. So T1 lose a couple of heroes, and Boom able to hold out here.
Yeah, that's very, very respectable given the... Oh.
Spin TP?
You can just spin TP. Yeah.
Or
oh, that's brilliant. No cure-based stuns for you.
Is Miracle dead, though? BKB TP. All right, there you go. So, a hold from Boom. That was with Exorcism used. I guess the only thing is that they didn't have Aegis on T1.
Yeah, still really solid defense. I don't really know how T1 crumbled so heavily. I didn't think that the Rubik pick was going to be that critical, but it seemed that with T1 having kind of a low ground position, because the Rubik gets picked up over here, and the rest of T1 were all on the low ground, and so they couldn't really see what was going on after the Rubik died. Yeah. And Morphling's BKB was also on cooldown because he had used it during the high ground push, and so he wasn't quite ready to re-engage. So I guess between those two issues, they were just not in a position to take a fight. They don't end up losing anything too significant. It costs a 9-second BKB from Miracle to TP out of there, and they were able to recover the gem because I think Clockwork had dropped it at first, but TA just had to evacuate before picking it back up, so not a huge penalty. And like you said, they also did not have Roche, which respawning in 42 seconds, and a Mud Golem is parked, and it will be ready to see it whenever it respawns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're Good to go with that one. Dreamocell in the meantime trying to take out this outpost afterwards. Yeah, kind of again, the slow burn coming from this game, and I kind of wonder if Boom are going to try and do some type of, you know, weird all-in type of play. As Paulison takes on a courier, yeah?
Yeah, the Mud Golem just punched the courier that was standing there, looking for Roche to respawn.
Nice. I like it.
Alright, Roche is going to respawn now, and I imagine we're going to see a lot of pings in about 3 seconds.
Most definitely. Mud Golem punching Roche. They need to take down the trap. Let's see if the Mud Golem decides to do that. They're going to walk up to high ground now. Spot out Kezcute. Spot on Makoto. Hello. And there's the BKB already getting the catch. Turning it on to the right clicks for Makoto, but he's CPing out of there and will be able to live. But guess what? That's Roche. That is Roche.
Buys back? Dude, there's no way you're going to be able to take this fight with TA BKB being down. I mean, then again, they do lose the game if they don't take this fight regardless. So, right. YOLO.
Well, they're thinking about moving in. Dreamocell, FBZ, standing in front of this Centaur. And you can see T1 sort of... Well, they're not actually opting to make the move, even with the BKB there. I guess that they know that the fight would drag out long enough. So they're taking a little bit of the safer route. Forev, he's kind of in no man's land right here. Gets Glimmer Cape, has Hookshot back up in 2-1. Does he want to go in? He could go for it on FBZ if he feels so inclined. Spider Legs up to the high ground, takes out the ward. No more vision for Radiant.
Makoto's not even here. He's showing himself in the bot lane, and it's confirmed that he doesn't have a TP because they just saw him BKB TP, so they will be able to take this uncontested.
Oh, that's actually really bad. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really bad. Holy crap, that you can't get there.
Well, T1 are still kind of scared.
All right. Well, they try and go onto him. FBZ, do they have the vacuum wall afterwards?
Whoa.
Miracle trying to do what he can, blows up that Nyx assassin, able to kill him off.
And
the
the
wall is down. So with those two dead, can they take this secondary fight?
The Death Prophet tanked like the entire Omnislash. He doesn't have Exorcism anymore.
Yeah, although, I mean, they do have the Aghanims on her, so she should still be able to take down this Roche here with no Darkseer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, Boom are putting up way more of a fight than I expected.
Right.
Like I said, I was not anticipating another 18-minute GG, but I was anticipating like a 20-25-minute GG, and they are fighting tooth and nail for this last Rex, and it's admirable for sure.
It's what they need to do. I mean, there's like at this point in time, this game becomes really important. Being able to win, and also just be able to like win an extra game. I'm pretty sure that it counts for tiebreakers. I could be wrong about that. The number of total wins that you have. But regardless, Satanic not quite done yet on Miracle. Still hanging on to that Aegis Hide. Gonna find the stun. Hadn't switched over, but nobody's there to find the answer. Has the healing ward down. Blade Furying away. Kills off that tier 3 tower. Forev just standing there next to the Miracle. Able to hookshot in and gets the cogs pushed back now onto Jug. Silence is there as well. Manta Style forced out. But it is all to the service of ensuring that they finish taking off these last two racks. BKB from Miracle, and has a waveform out if he feels so inclined. Mega Creeps, Chain Frost, dodge, Forev, in some trouble. Force Staff up to the high ground, and he's fine. That's BKB out from Makoto, and they drop the wall right in front of him. Oh, that's really annoying. And Kezcute's dead as well. So yeah, 15,000 gold lead. And right now, T1 looking like they have this one kind of in the bag. If they can wait for their second round of ultis in just a second here. Considering they have Satanic now done on Miracle as well.
Yeah, so the initial random impales are not going to be a concern anymore for him with that status resistance.
Man. And just continued taking everything away. Ion Shell now there as well. They've got this Glimmer Cape and a Ghost Scepter. Just everything that, like, they counter everything that Boom's draft does right now. Like, they've got so much gold. So we have Exorcism back up as In Your Dream is just cackling to himself. the situation they find themselves in. Another hook shot's available if they want to use it. Makoto, BKB is there, switching over into the Nyx Assassin, looking for an impale if he feels so inclined, but the slow and steady beatdown continuing. Well, that's a better impale thing.
Assassin.
And then the hook shot comes in, Cogs push back onto 2. Darkseer's dead. This game is over. Omni Slash comes out, but to no avail as they only take down Paulison. Makoto manages to take down the Morphling one time, but can they get him a second time? Miracle wave forming into the fountain like an absolute madman. Summons an illusion. And now, are they going to? She's dead. Vacuum. Not really anything afterwards. Boom. Can they hold?
Dude, they're still holding.
Are they going to be able to do this?
Yeah, I think so. Oh.
Well, they pull back in Kezcute again, so he is going to die as well. Buyback status right now for the Radiant. They only have it on the TA, so Dreamocell cannot afford to die. Ancient is now exposed. And
he killed the siege creeps, though.
Oh, Vacuum stolen over to the side.
Oh, the Sinister Gaze.
And they got him controlled. They got him killed. And GG is finally called by Makoto as T1 going to finish off this game in a very fabulous fashion. And 2-0, Boom Esports.
Somewhat anticlimactic day, I will say. 2 2-0s. Actually, we've had like nothing but 2-0s for the last 3 days, or last 4 days. We had nothing but 2-0s. The only 3-game series that we had, the very first day we had one, and then on the 13th it was a Droid versus CR. Otherwise, it's been 8 series of just raw 2-0 victories, which props to the mental resilience of these teams to be able to continue their momentum. But T1 looking like that was like the best Dota I've ever seen T1 play. I don't know where that T1 has been this entire time. I was not seeing them in any of their earlier series because they did 2-0 CR, but it did not look nearly as good as it did here versus Boom. So maybe they're finding their groove. Maybe this is what we were hoping to see from CR originally, is that you get into a rhythm with this somewhat fresh roster and you start really being able to get your drafts and your strategies put together, which in game 1, it was in your dream, just on that Ember Spirit solo carrying effectively.
Right.
And in game 2, it was the Miracle Show, which was the intention from the draft at the very beginning. So not even relying on the same strategies, yet getting 2 very, very, very confident victories.
Yeah, it was, and I think that that's what you hope to see in these online leagues, right? Is a team that maybe will struggle a little bit when things start out, but then they'll grow, in confidence in each other and confidence in their own play, and then come out with something that is uniquely themselves. And that's what this is. Like, this wasn't necessarily like just a cookie cutter draft taken from somebody else. There's elements of it that are the same, but like the Wind Ranger from the last game, and like weird, funny things that's comboed together with the Ember Spirit Coddle, and like then the Enchantress is an answer to the Darkseer. If there's one thing that I know for sure, it's Ferev's been playing a lot of Darkseer and losing to it.
True.
And now he gets to, do that to somebody else. So that's really good. Exciting stuff. I want to see where they go from here. You look at the whole group stage and how Boom and T1 were situated, and now all of a sudden T1 are up 2-2. They're moving right on up the ladder, and Boom are 1-3. So things change pretty quickly in this league, and that's going to put, I think, T1 at the second place. It's them and TNC. So TNC is probably going to go up. They're up to 3-1 now. So T1 should be the second place team right now, battling it out with Geek Fam for who's going to get the fourth and move in the upper bracket.
But that's because Geek Fam has already played one more series than T1, though.
Exactly.
Which they lost. So, but yeah.
But that's relevant, right? Because like Geek Fam, this is T1 picking up steam now, and if they can close it out against a lot of these other teams, there's a chance that you can move forward there. Possibly, we'll see. Neil, thank you so much again for joining me through these late evenings. And had a lot of fun. Any final words before we sign off for one more time, and then we have the lovely Trenton Ziori picking up afterwards for us, starting tomorrow.
Overall, I had been kind of on a Dota hiatus before this. I wasn't watching much of the ESL League. and any of the other tournaments that were going on. But I'm very encouraged by this current patch. I again don't think I've had such a high ratio of exciting games to boring games, and even like the boring games, so to speak, were kind of stompy. So it wasn't like a 40-minute slow farm fest. It was kind of like real high octane 80 kill games and stuff like that would it was definitely very intense the entire time. So really fun to watch, and I'm really encouraged by what I'm seeing in Southeast Asia as well. I think that it's encouraging to me that Fnatic is so strong, and yet other teams are being able to kind of keep the pace with them, like Adroit. And so I'm very encouraged for the future of this region moving forward in this kind of strange world right now of online exclusive leagues, which is kind of great for Southeast Asia because they don't have to go through the visa process right now.
True enough. Yeah, definitely. And that's the ultimate bad guy when it comes to Southeast Asia Dota is the visa office. And no need to go up against that right now. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in for these days. We are going to end here, but tomorrow there is still going to be more Dota that goes on. Adroit is going to face off against Boom Esports, and Reality Rift is going to be going up against T1, and then I get to pass off the burden of producing this game, which is the bane of my existence.
You got them overlays. Honestly, you did not mess up like any overlays.
Well,
you didn't see it.
Well, there's a couple. Sure? There's a couple little, bits and bobs around there, but generally speaking,
it's okay. I saw Dakota had the draft overlay on one of his games on for like the first 15 minutes, and no one could see the heroes or the score or anything. So the bar is set quite low.
Well, it happens. It happens to the best of us. But that's what the tip is for. Put the OBS over the top of your game, and then just cast the game through the OBS thing. Anyways, but yeah, it's going to be Trent Zyori that hop on and do the rest of the broadcast. They're going to be watching those. If there was one game that I would definitely recommend that you guys watch, April 21st. It starts at 3 a.m. Pacific time, 12 CEST, and 1800 SGT. Fnatic versus Adroit. That one is going to be super hype. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. And Neil, I'm going to let you sign us out one last time. Go for it. Yours was great yesterday. I believe in you.
Ocean heart, take me by the hand.
All right. See you guys later. Bye.